So Paul Rudd's a pretty cool guy. Welcome to the Sinkhole. I'm Nick.
I'm Steve.
I'm Casey. Like, we can keep the bit going longer than having to stop mid-sentence to say who you are. Like, we could just keep talking and then do the intros.
Yeah, I didn't think of that.
Yeah. I think that's the other thing that's missing from your intros. It's just like, here's a
random
snappy
soundbite.
one-liner, we'll say,
Yeah.
and then go for it. Like, no, we can just keep talking about Paul Rudd being a very handsome gentleman. You know who, okay. We can get.
Are we talking man crushes today?
We could. You want? I'll talk man crush right now.
Yeah.
Watch out,
Man
homophobes! You were in the wrong fucking podcast. I said the word.
Man crush Wednesday.
You were in the
If
wrong
you're a cursophobe,
podcast
you're already lost.
with these three people. Let's just throw that out there.
Wait, I missed it.
What?
I don't know. You said the word.
I said dropped a bomb.
F-bomb.
Wait, you did?
Yeah.
See, we could have went right over this, but Nick had to go and ruin it.
Damn it, Nick. I'm gonna have to listen back to hear it.
I did it real quick. I tried to tell the homophobia's peoples to get out.
Oh man,
But we want the phasmophobia.
can we
in.
remake Get Out but with homophobes?
I'm pretty sure they're already in that movie. pretty positive they're already in that movie.
I'm halfway through this thing, by the way.
Does that say 12%?
Yes, it does.
You want to follow it up with that? With
Yeah, you want some of the
Yeah.
God.
The one where Steve slurs his words at the end.
You know who are two? Paul Rudd has a look. I'm not going to say a look-alike, but there's always one other actor that I go, man, if him and Paul Rudd were like just in a movie together, it'd just be good. Josh Radnor. Ted.
Yeah.
Looks like him and Paul Rudd look real similar, and
Yeah.
I think it'd be a good bro movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think
Ohio there, baby.
with Paul Rudd, he could do a bro movie with really anyone.
I mean, he did.
He's done like
It was
3
called
of
"I
them.
Love You, Man."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally the definition of bro
And then he
movie.
did the what was the one with
Also
Vince Claus?
Ant-Man,
Well,
because he was a bro with all of his illegal
Yeah.
buddies.
and ants.
and Ants.
And
Yeah,
ants.
you could talk to him. Antonio.
Ants.
Antonio.
Ants.
Paul Rudd sent so many movies. Honest to God.
Well, what was the? I was gonna say the one with Stifler. For lack of a better remembering actor's name.
Oh,
That's
I
another like
vaguely
bro
recall
comedy.
this.
Was he in Dinner for Schmucks?
no. Yes. He's the one that brings Steve
Yeah.
Carell.
Yeah.
If I recall correctly.
Hmm.
Pretty sure he's the one that brings Steve Carell to the internet.
Yep. Let's
Wasn't
just
he,
say he is.
I think he was in the movie.
It's
This
literally
Is
him on
40.
the cover.
Yeah. Yeah, he was in This Is 40.
All right, let's go. IMDb.
IMDb Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd.
This is video game content.
We said we weren't doing that anymore. We said
we said
were
we're doing whatever
general
we
nerd.
want.
Okay, let's also talk about Paul Rudd. Who did he dress up for his daughter for Halloween? And he wasn't Ant-Man. Like, he dressed as a different superhero
Wasn't
for
it
her. But her dad
Captain
is.
America. Was Thor or Captain
I
America?
thought it was Thor with the blonde wig.
I think
Yeah.
it might be Thor. I just love the idea that, like, he's literally a Marvel hero. And he's like, you got it, sweetheart. I'll do this for you.
He could get the legit costume, probably.
I mean, I love when actors say they had to steal the prop, and it's like, you have 14 of those, man. Come on.
He's in a new TV show? The Shrink Next Door.
Is that Amazon? Showtime?
Doesn't
Disney
say.
Plus?
It's
Hulu Plus?
pre-production.
Food Network Plus?
Pre-production.
Showtime Plus?
Pre-production. Food Time
HBO
Plus,
Plus?
does
Food
exist.
Time Plus.
It does exist.
Wait, is that-
Yeah.
It's called Discovery Plus.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
The only reason, okay, we are going all over. I only have one thing I want to talk about tonight, so I could care less where we're going with this. This is for
Yeah.
Steve. I don't
I've
mean
got-
to
I
single.
honestly have
don't
nothing
mean to
tonight.
single you out.
Single me
here.
out.
Okay, I was. Oh, you keep bringing up your own lack of love. Like, don't look at me. I'm not feeling bad
Nick
about
doesn't
that
have a
one.
lady
I don't
friend.
feel bad about that at all. The other one, I still feel bad about. That one, no, you did that to yourself. Good Lord.
The discordant noise.
So you can have I think a 7-day free trial to Discovery Plus.
Okay.
Get it.
Okay.
Exclusively because Ghost Adventures did the 2-hour special on the Cecil Hotel.
Okay.
And it's phenomenal and creepy AF.
All right.
Like, IMO, the single best poltergeist caught on film I've ever seen.
Really?
Like, you can't.
Even
it didn't get faked. Like,
even
it was,
better than the very first thing they ever published, the movie
Yes.
where the rock gets thrown at
Yes.
them. Where it's like there's no way to fake that at
Yes.
all. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
It's like a multi-part thing.
Yeah.
And then where it ends is, oh my God. Yeah, it's real good. Just the 7-inch trial for that alone is good.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they're gonna do more content over there.
Probably.
Like they have like a best, like a top 10 of a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
I really only care about Ghost Adventures. Everything else on the channel I don't care about. But that Cecil Hotel special is freaking. I forgot how much stuff happened in that hotel and how many serial killers stayed in that hotel.
That's the one in L.A., right?
Yeah. That's the one where, okay, if you
Is
remember.
that where the girl was
Lisa
found?
Lamb?
Yep.
Correct. So, dude,
Dude, it's a wild story.
No. It's just how
it's
Casey
wild.
immediately knew. You didn't have to say anything.
Lisa Lamb-
well, no, there's literally, I mean, okay. In the grand scheme of things, are there a lot of hotels where women have disappeared? Probably, yes.
Yeah, but not this one that
Not
like,
in Los
was on
Angeles,
like
where-
publicized television.
Yeah.
So this okay. Let's circle back. The Cecil Hotel is a super old hotel that is known for being uber cheap on daily and monthly, weekly, like to the point of like people were living there. It was so cheap.
Yep.
But like it was a decent hotel. It was literally a room this size and a bathroom off of it. That was it. There were a couple serial killers that at points of murder time did live in this hotel. But this girl, Lisa Lamb, who is a Canadian student who is down for, I don't think it was spring break. She was down for something.
Wasn't she going to UCLA or something, or she was going to be transferring?
That might
Some
have
weird.
been it. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. But she was here for some reason. She was in essentially a hostel type room. So there was like 3 other girls in there or something. And even they were like, something's going on. Then here's where things get real interesting.
Like going on in the hotel or with her?
Like with her, like
Okay.
like she would be fine and then like she would like switch. And they said that
bipolar.
that she had some form of mental illness, bipolar, but like that wasn't what was getting the weird bit. So here's where stuff was getting weird. And there's great CCTV footage of this.
Yes.
She goes on the elevator to try to leave and she's like freaking out like something is
Slamming the
like,
button,
like
panicking,
trying to hit
looking out
like
the-
trying to get out. She keeps looking. The part that people for like just haven't been talking about, which blows my mind. It's like 3.5-4 minutes of footage.
Yeah.
And she's like talking other things, freaking out.
You
like,
see
up
her
against the
going
side.
through the hotel,
Yeah.
going into the elevator, then sitting on the elevator for like
It's-
2.5
yeah,
minutes.
it's a while, and she's freaking out, and then like she
And she's
steps out of
clearly-
the elevator, and then she starts getting like
Loosey goosey.
psychic-y,
Yeah.
loosey voodoo thing, whatever. Then she just walks away.
Yep.
Like the elevator
Like
never
nothing
moves.
happened.
Here's the part that I don't get. The elevator, and no one has said this for some reason, the elevator door never closes.
Yes.
It is open consistently. She doesn't
No.
hit any button.
Yeah.
She's not standing in the way. The door never closes.
Yeah, the door and all the
No.
footage that's been released never closes. It's like you see her get on, like she's on like the 3rd or 4th floor.
She's on the 7th.
Yeah.
7th or 8th floor.
And you could clearly see her hitting the down button. It
And-
doesn't go down.
It never
Door
moves.
never closes.
She literally then leaves the elevator
No.
for a solid 40 seconds of her talking to something.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she's like clearly like doing like
and
weird.
I'm assuming
door-
there's no audio. It's just
No,
only
it's just
video.
CCTV.
Yeah.
The door never shuts, even when she's not in the elevator.
No, because any normal human that has been in an elevator, that stuff closes like
Yeah.
within 10 seconds.
So then
Like,
she walks away. Now here's where it continues to that's not even the weirdest part of this whole thing.
boy.
So, she got a different room because of
the
the
roommates
hostel people are
kicked her
like,
out.
"Hey," and the hotel got her another room all on her own. The room
Same floor as the hostel or down?
that
we don't know.
that they never talk about.
Okay.
But the room in some conjunction has to do with weird murder man who openly said he talked to Satan and has the pentagram like
Son of Sam?
cut into his hand. I can't remember his name, but he was doing Satan worship here.
Wait,
so
Son
they
of Sam was in New York. Never
correct. They think that he had something to do with this, which is why Zach Bacon's on them, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Here's where this gets interesting.
More interesting.
That's the last time that anyone sees Lisa.
Yeah.
They don't know what happens to her anymore.
Oh.
She doesn't leave the hotel, doesn't know what happens.
No record of her leaving.
Yeah. A week.
You mean leaving as in checking out,
Like,
or
is it-
no CCTV
No
has?
CCTV.
She's one.
no
That is the
checking
only
out.
CCTV is in that elevator, and then it's gone.
Huh.
So, I think it was a week or 1 to 2 weeks later. Hotel guests were complaining that the water pressure was real bad, and that the water was tasting funny. So they like eventually maintenance goes upstairs, and all the water tanks. There's 4 water tanks that are up on the roof.
Yeah.
These are giant.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
like twice the size of this room,
Yeah.
height-wise, giant, and about half the room. There's 4 of them. You have to open up, I think they said it was a 20-pound door to open it up. So they went to check the inside of these tanks,
Yeah.
and Lisa is in the tank, dead, without any clothes on. But there is no traces of drugs, alcohol, foul play,
Yeah.
nothing. But somehow she winded up in this tank.
Oh, and wasn't it that there's no way to actually get up on the roof without some sort of maintenance key?
Yes, the top door, if the top door opens, it signals an alarm there, and it triggers down to the front desk because
Yeah.
it's an emergency exit door.
Yeah, my next question was
Never
going to
went
be:
off.
there's no CCTV pointed at that door.
Nope, because it's like on the very
Yeah.
top of the roof. There's no
No,
reason
no, I
to.
get it, but I'm just thinking
Yeah.
next level of security.
Yeah,
And
like-
if I'm not mistaken, in that within this whole thing, they interviewed the police and I think it was like FBI and
Oh yeah, this was a big deal.
they interviewed everyone at the hotel. Every employee had an alibi. Everything could be
Yeah.
vetted. She literally ended up in this with no
Yeah.
way of her getting in there.
It's wild. And This
Yeah.
is like 2007.
This
Oh,
is like
so recent. This isn't even like back in the 90s or whatever.
no. This was. I remember first reading about
2013.
Yeah.
Oh, that's even more recent.
I remember reading about that on Cracked.
Is that site still functional?
No.
Okay.
You go to that now, it gives you a virus. Or at least it sets off every antivirus on your computer.
It took the circumstances of her death once she was found also raised questions, especially in light of the hotel's history in relation to other notable deaths and murders. Her body was naked with most of her clothes and personal effects floating in the water near her. It took the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office 4 months after repeated delays, I forgot about this part, to release the autopsy, which reports no evidence of physical trauma and states that the manner of her death was accidental. Guests at the Cecil, now rebranded as Stay on Main, sued the hotel over the incident. And Lamb's parents filed a separate suit later that year that was later dismissed in 2015. Some of the early internet interest noted that it was considered to be unusual similarities between Lamb's death and the 2002 horror film Dark Water.
Interesting.
I'm going to have to look that up.
Yeah.
Here's the other bit that I forgot. That autopsy report was done 3 times. The first time was nothing.
Yeah.
Then like a week later or a little bit later than that, then that was crossed out and changed on official documentation and then changed again like 3 months later saying it was weird.
Still
There,
nothing?
there were 3 different things and notes that didn't check out in different handwriting. It was weird. Like this whole case is wild, but the ghost hunters stuff that they do there and some of the stuff that they get of there was a German mass murderer that lived over here for a little bit and like was having a pretty a fluent conversation with a voice in German that answered very specific questions. It was really interesting. There's another thing that I literally won't talk about because I need Steve to watch it.
Okay.
Because I know I'm going to get a text immediately afterwards going, holy effing ass, dude. It's insane.
I like the idea of potentially you and I just watching Ghost Adventures and recording the entire thing of just us going, "Oh,
Dude,
no!"
it was so good. It was so good. And it's on Discovery Plus. Everyone go get your free trial. It's $5 a month,
Yeah, that's not bad.
which is not bad in the
I'd
grand
actually
scheme of
probably
things.
watch any of the programs on there anyways.
Yeah, I mean it's good. If the Travel Channel Go or whatever didn't exist anymore and they moved everything exclusively over there, then I wouldn't have any issue. But the new Ghost Adventures is still on Travel Channel, so I only wanted the special. But
is that like the real Ghostbusters? The new Ghost Adventures?
Paul Rudd's in a movie called
Yeah, he's in the
Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Yeah.
His name is Mr. Gruberson.
He's like a true nerd. He's like, oh, this is a cool prop. Oh, wait, it's real.
Oh, it's real.
I forgot that movie existed.
Number
just because
15. It is real.
Do you like the video I sent you?
Yes. That was amazing.
Um,
Number 5. It is real because I say it is real.
That was so good. I just want to watch this movie again. Hi, Nick.
hi, Casey.
Hey, Nick.
I talked a lot. It's just because I like.
Oh, yeah, no. It was
so
very
spooks.
insightful.
The spoop is that. Yeah, just read up on like that case in general,
Yeah.
and if you just Google Lisa Lamb elevator,
Yeah.
it'll show you.
yeah.
Like it's the CCTV footage is it's wild, and the problem in my world is it's like garbage CCT. Like the quality is not great, but it's old equipment that they just never haven't updated, and it aggravates AV Casey. But I mean, it's you see everything and just go, this is
That's
it's
not
messed
something that
up.
you just do.
It's
to
messed
do.
up. It was great. I bought, played, and beat a video game in one day.
Which one?
Oh?
The Last Campfire.
Oh, you were talking about
Yeah,
that.
how was
I beat it. It's like 4 or 5 hours, maybe, probably less than that. But because Switch keeps tracking time, even when you're not playing
Yeah.
the game, I couldn't give you an actual time. It told me 6 hours. I know I didn't play it for 6 hours. Hello Games did good. It is nowhere near No Man's Sky. So the point of the game is you are Ember. You're a little flame boy. You would have no idea that you have any kind of flame powers. It's just Ember, campfire, blah, blah, blah.
All right.
It starts off with like you're following these 2 other Embers to like go and see this thing. And a little birdie comes by and you just want to make friends with the birdie. But the birdie flies away and you get sad, and because you're on your boat, your oar falls away, so you just kind of just keep drifting and you just wind up in this other world, which is in the end the world that you're in. And the whole point of the game is it's a puzzle game. There were like 4 puzzles that were like uber difficult. Like it did not make sense to me, and it took like 20 minutes a puzzle. Like just trying to. Other ones were very straightforward, but still fun and challenging. But there were a few that were freaking hard. As you continue to go through all of this, there are other Embers that are, quote, forlorn. And they are people that, it's essentially people that are so sucked into their depression, or they don't think that the world is going anywhere. And it's an emotional kind of game that is to be like, no, let me help.
I'm sorry. Continue.
Okay.
No, Nick and I are in a group chat with somebody who's just spamming nothing but crap memes right now.
Oh, have fun with that.
Yeah, I have that app muted.
So
Yeah.
it's okay. You're gonna have to mute that because the table's just buzzing. So you have to go through these different levels, different parts, and you are trying to get these guys to move, to go and take them to the campfire where there's like this spirit that is trying to help them get back, kind of deal. And then after you do one, then it lets you up until the next one. And it's a great story of essentially you just trying to help all these forlorn realize things aren't as bad as they seem, like everything's going to be okay. Other people, we're here for you, blah, blah, blah. But every time that you go and you find all these forlorn that look like statues, that's what initiates the puzzle. And the puzzle is to get through and get their light to give the light back to them to bring them back. Like a great example is there's a big chef turtle, and he was, he's always fixated on, I only want to make delicious food for people, and I want people to be happy, but the recipe's not perfect. Oh, here, take this. I know it's good, but it's not perfect, and I'm not okay with it. It's like, no, like, it's
Sounds
good,
like
Turtle
you, Nick.
Mad. I don't even know what that reference is.
I don't either. Nick did not give me the reaction I wanted. Damn it.
No, just sometimes I be like that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but like so it's a good
It do be like that.
it do be
sometime.
like that. But it's just a cute little puzzle game, and I
Yeah.
got so into it, I ended up beating it in a day because I couldn't
Yeah.
put it down.
Well, that's-
And like the real story is just find the last campfire, because otherwise the world is, if there's so much depression and whatnot, then no one can get anywhere and nothing
Yeah.
will change. And in the end, that's kind of the whole antagonist, quote unquote. They're really not, but that's their whole thing, is like, when I learned that this was it and we couldn't go anywhere else, I didn't know what to do anymore. And it's just a very cute game that kind of
Yeah.
that makes you feel.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's like
And the voiceovers, it's just one chick, but she's pretty good.
That's like how my playthrough of Abzu was.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, I think it's made by the same people who did Flower from back in the day.
Man, that game was awesome.
Yeah. So it's you play as a diver and you're just swimming through different locales, and it just, as you progress, it gets just crazier and crazier. But it was one of those things where I'm like, oh, this will be a fun thing to just pick up and play for like 30 minutes here and there. No, I sat down and played the entire thing in like a 3-hour setting because I'm like, I can't look away.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's from the same company that made Naughty Bear.
oh,
That's 505, and I will never forget that frickin' bear
yes.
being in my store.
Yeah, I was about to say that was when you were working at
Oh,
GameStop.
I remember Naughty Bear.
Look at Nick's face, just eyes big. Oh,
Never played it, but I remember all the advertisements for it.
yeah.
Freaking stupid.
Wasn't that supposed to be like the spiritual successor to Conquer?
Something
Probably.
like that. It was not good.
Anyways, but now it makes sense now that I'm thinking about it. In Abzu, you make a connection with a injured shark.
That's literally your dream.
Right. Now it makes sense why I like that game so much.
Oh, this the same company that's making that new The Pathless.
Yes.
Okay.
But
Giant
no, if
squid.
anybody out there listening to this, if you have not played Abzu yet, I highly recommend picking it up. It's maybe 3 hours of gameplay.
PS4, Steam, Xbox One,
And
Switch.
It is just absolutely gorgeous. It's just
Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
I'm sorry the pun was there. I had to. I'm sorry.
no, it's phenomenal. I've tried to convince Beck to play it, and every time I'm like, oh, you should play Abzu. She looks at the controller, looks at the game, and goes, and just puts it down and walks away. It's like I got some puzzle game for her that, I was like, oh, you would like playing this. She likes playing her PC puzzle games, and it's in a first-person perspective. I forget what it's called right now. So she played it. She did like 1 or 2 puzzles in it, and she's like, yeah, this is stupid. She puts the controller down. She's like, why'd you buy this? I'm like, because you told me you wanted games that you would want to play, and
There's a segment of the show.
yeah.
Is Becca plays?
Well, I like the
And the
idea,
timer is until how long she goes, nah, and just leaves.
I like the idea of doing another like 8-hour marathon where we just bring her in. She's the only one playing anything, and it's just us talking over her trying to figure something out.
We're just in the background like, we see the wild Beck putting the game in the track.
Imagining her playing Quidditch
Oh, God.
That'd be funny.
against Nick,
Yes.
so that the score gets run up 58-0.
Yep. And
be
then
so funny.
she still wins
Yep.
in overtime.
Because I didn't know I was supposed to press X.
Yeah. I seriously thought it was just get near the snitch and just auto. No, you actually had
man.
to press B.
That's my poker face. I'll never tell you. I might lose everything and be like, you know what? Let's go all in. I'll challenge. I'll call your bluff, Nick. And I'll win on you making a mistake
Hell
after
yeah.
I lose 58 times in a row.
Yep. And have ball possession for 3 seconds.
Every
the
time I
entire-
had it, just gave it back to you. I tried to do too many fancy things.
Yep.
So, Nicholas, what do you have today for us?
I've been playing Hunt EA Front 2 because that's free on Epic Games right now. I played a little bit of Insurgency and got a little bit further in building my tutorial level.
Nice.
Yeah. and then watch. So it's interesting. So greatly enjoy playing Hunt.
So good.
One of my favorite YouTubers was streaming Hunt. And it's not as exciting to watch as it is to play, at least for me.
It is not exciting to
It is.
watch.
It's not. It's like watching Tarkov. I don't find it exciting, but I find it extremely educational.
Yes, which that's why I want to expand on, because him and his friend were taking their time. They were really going tactical.
Oh, so you're telling me they're playing how I play Far Cry?
Yeah.
Not your style.
No.
Just run in with the grenade launcher.
Yeah.
Because that's what you gave me.
Yeah. Oh, that was the funniest thing. Steve and I, when we started our co-op session with Far Cry,
I'm like, okay.
Steve's like, hey, take this flooper and take this Soundwave blaster gun. That's like essentially need to be right next to the person. You just yeet them. Mm-hmm. He gives me super short range,
the Lucio gun,
and loud bang gun.
And then I'm expecting
he takes us onto a stealth mission. On
all right, that's your
New Game Plus.
Well, on New Game Plus,
Yeah.
on the hardest difficulty on New Game Plus,
Where I'm essentially still level 1.
and all I'm sitting there is like, yeah, we'll sit up on this ridge and we'll do all tag guys.
We'll sit on this ridge.
And we'll take them out from a distance. Then we'll move in once we've gotten half of them out.
When he said to take him out from a distance, I legit had the sound weapon out. I'm like,
Next thing I know, I'm looking at Nick's name.
He doesn't
moving in the distance.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you? And he's like, yep, too late. And all I hear is, "Dook," as he launches a grenade into somebody at point blank range.
He doesn't have the cool sound sniper that exists to stop whalers.
Yes. And then there's a helicopter that comes in, and that's when I'm like, why are you getting down so often? It's like, oh, yeah. New Game Plus and hard difficulty.
Anyways, jumping back to Hunt.
Steve almost spits up.
It's entertaining to see different play styles done within that to show, because I think if you keep, or at least for my mind, keep like a certain pace going, because they're definitely playing very cautious like you and I, where we're like, do we want to engage? Do we not want to engage? Do we want to wait? And then the bounty appeared, and people were fighting, and they were like debating whether or not, do we camp? Do we move to one of the extraction points and try and get them? And that kind of stuff. And then it just reminded us when you and I were thinking,
Literally the last game that we did.
Yeah, it's like, okay, we got a trait we found on the level. We got some other good stuff. Maybe we just leave.
Yeah, we're like, we could do it. And then we got to the end, and we're like, hey, that other mark is still there, meaning no one picked up the second of 2 bounties that drops every time you kill a boss. We're like, let's just go back and see what happens. Also, I can say, especially that one, I was like, we're still under level 11. Yeah. So if we die, we don't lose anything. It's not like we might as well go for it. And we ended up getting a full extraction and getting a crap ton of XP because the other bounty, the guy's partner must have died.
Yep.
And nobody went and got the other drop.
Yeah.
So we're like, cool. We'll take the drop and get out.
And Razor Fist and his friend had a similar situation where, or I should say, not exactly similar situation, but the whole, we don't know who's left, and that is a very fun and eerie presence.
Right? You're like, I don't know how many people died. We heard a lot of firefight in that one game. We're like, did they kill each other? Because a lot of fights end up in each other killing, because you happen to get that shot off. So you're like, okay, well, what do we do? You don't know who extracted in general, so I guess we're just going to go for it and just listen really good. And I've never been so alert to like, listen. I'm like, everything, it's me. I was like, okay, make sure you say something if you heard it.
Yeah. Razor Fist took a pot shot into a shed, and he got the hit marker, but that's all he knew. And it wasn't until they realized whoever got the bounty, someone was able to escape with them not noticing. So they finally look, and with one shot into the shed blindly, Razor Fist actually got the kill. But the thing is, they stayed where they were on top of the farm, or on top of the barn, because they did not know if Shed Guy was still alive. So there's also that eerie part too of they got a kill, but you have no idea. So unless you visibly see them, you taking them out, you still do not know if they are alive or not.
All I'm going to say is, I don't know if you guys have played that Solo at all.
Not yet. I was very tempted today.
I've done a run.
It's
way more difficult.
yes.
Yeah.
So I've done it maybe like 2 or 3 rounds of it, and every time I'm just like that type of thing. It's like I wish I had somebody else here to make a decision for me.
Yeah.
Of like, okay, if we go in, we both go out in a blaze of glory. Instead of me going like, okay, I've made it this far. I'm here. I'm at this. Okay, I can get that last thing, but I hear people. Where are they? Anybody see anything? No, it's just me. Shit.
We had a big fight that we ended up losing when we took out the Wraith.
Yeah.
Who is a boss that I just don't understand how to fight because of his every other random little thing.
Arms, right?
Yeah, but then he sends clones, but apparently the clones are just a different color. Remember, like, I was like, I'm not hitting these things, and it turned out I was hitting the clones, and the only reason I knew the clone exists is because I had to look up the Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't get how we're supposed to fight this dude, because we should have done so much damage.
Yeah.
And
Didn't
it
you
didn't
realize,
work.
like, shooting it did more damage?
I thought so, but I just realized in the end, that was the only time I was hitting actually him.
Oh.
Because it even says, like every boss, use heavy melee, and you'll be good.
Yeah.
But I apparently was using the melee on the clones, which don't do any damage to him. I had to be him.
Mm-hmm.
So we did a huge fight, and we're sitting there, and we kept hearing someone like, "There's people
Yeah.
outside. Like, what's going on?" It ended up being one dumbass zombie who kept walking over top of mud and broken glass,
Yeah.
and kept making noise. We're like, "You've got to be kidding me!" Like, we kept thinking it was an actual person. Like, it was tense.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, it's just us.
Makes you wonder then if a player could replicate like the movement of a zombie to generate that noise to trick players.
Oh, for
It
sure.
would just be random movement.
Yeah.
It would be
Oh, yeah,
for
yeah.
every like one or 2 steps forward, you take one to the side,
Yeah.
and then you just keep going like
Zigzag.
that.
Yeah, it's
But I mean, like,
so good.
The patience and wherewithal to do that would be
A lot.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm excited for the day that the 3 of us
I
can
was like,
do it.
Crytek, please give us cross-play.
Yeah.
Friendly
Party
cross-play.
Yeah. Party
least-
crossplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can play other people now, but
Yeah.
Maybe one day I'll get into a match against both of you.
Yeah,
And
that'd
we'll
be
all team
fun.
up.
I was
Well, apparently if we play Predator, we can do that real
Yeah.
easy.
Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta get that
Real
for
easy.
so we can play that.
Man, I had a couple real good runs the other day. Like
Yeah.
people playing properly. They had their specializations picked.
Were they on PC?
It was I had a couple PC games, but there was a couple PlayStation boys that were obviously 2 brothers in their bedroom with 2
They're 2
different
brothers.
because they were like blah 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 Cardinal 67 blah 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 Cardinal 67 was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, you 2 better know what you're doing or I'm gonna be real mad. And I had one, oh my god, this one Predator was some of the cheapest BS I've experienced in a long time. This guy had a weapon that was a controllable boomerang.
Oh,
So you can, so like it spins, but you can tell it where to go. And it does 75% of your health. If you get hit twice, you're dead.
So he legit could have a bing bong between you and your teammate and you're gone.
Here's where the fix is.
Yeah.
And even then, if your team sucks like mine, didn't work.
Yeah.
If you had competent players, it probably wouldn't have been this easy. When you throw it and it hits, it stops. So he has to run to go and pick it up and then run away. So you always hear do 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 do, grab it and then run away. Like, so that's the gimmick. Is you still, if he wants it back, he has to get in a firefight.
Yeah.
But all of my people are running away like little chicken shits and won't come in and shoot the damn thing with me.
When he's unarmed, basically.
Yeah.
Where you can stay at mid range, light him up,
So aggravating.
and get the job done, Nick.
We had another one where I was like, this is going to be the most boring game I've ever played. And it was boring. We were in the lumber yard and we just didn't move. Like the 3 other people that were partied together based on their name, that's what they were going to do. No one is talking to me. They're doing their individual PlayStation party chat like a bunch of scrubs. And I'm the one who's doing all the talking alone. And no one's saying words back to me. I was like, this is the most boring thing I've ever done. But the guy, the Predator was doing a really good job of like going on the roof and going around to try and throw us off and trying to get into us. But when you were upstairs on this little platform, he can't get at you.
Yeah.
It was cheap AF. I was like, this is boring.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what I was going to say is next time you're in a game like that where nobody's chatting with you, just go live in the Discord. I'll join in.
Right? But hey,
Hey,
y'all suck.
I'm over here. Go to the left.
Oh.
Steve, that's a wall. Go to the left. I'm on the left. Are you?
Dude, it was so...
Flank him.
That game sucked. And it's very, 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 very difficult to defuse the self-destruct.
Oh. What, do you have to play like a mini game?
So essentially you have to it's based on the movie where his gauntlet there's you have to get the picture has to be the same, and then
you have to play
click when it
CAPTCHA?
hits. Yeah. 4 times. But it's not you don't get to choose when it changes the pattern.
Oh, no.
So you just have to wait for it to show up. You only have 30 seconds, so I'm like, you better turn freaking faster right now, guys. Because I'm just sitting here like,
Run.
nope, wrong one. I'm out of here. Then you try to run away, and then it explodes, and you lose because you can't do anything.
Yeah.
Oh, that seems like fun. Then.
It is a great. Did
they have multiple levels now on it? I remember when it first launched, it was like one. They kept just showing the one generic.
There's 2 maps, but you can get different spawn points and different types of missions on the 2 maps. You can get you can get Drug Rage. You can get Find the Stargazer Tech. Like there's 2 maps right now, but 3 or 4 different ways to play each map.
I just want downtown LA.
Why you don't want what's it called, Colorado?
I just want downtown LA with the what is it, the Jamaican gang that doesn't make any sense for being
Jamaicans take over, baby.
Yeah, in that
Jamaicans in
1992 heat wave.
Huh.
Also, speaking of man crushes, I love me some Bill Paxton.
Oh, I thought you were about to say Danny Glover, but
No.
okay.
Danny Glover.
No, Bill Paxton, who has been murdered by a Predator in Predator 2, murdered by an alien in Aliens, and murdered by the Terminator in Terminator 2.
Yep.
Wait,
I have a photo in the
Wait.
Discord.
Terminator 2? Terminator 1.
I think Terminator 1.
Terminator 1, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he was a punk in Terminator 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to say Terminator 2, he's not, but he was murdered by a Terminator.
He was.
That's all that matters.
Love him.
That's a pretty good credential right there.
And he peed himself.
accolade?
He peed himself in Weird Science.
Yeah, didn't he get turned into like a blob or something?
No, he literally pees himself, and he goes, "What did he? What's the line?"
What?
The line is something like, "Would a guy who was lying pee himself, man?" It's something like that. It's
Yeah,
it's
that's
such
it.
a
That's
good.
it.
It's such a good line. He just
It's
gone.
It's that with game over, man. Game
Oh
over.
God, he has so many good lines.
He also
Don't worry, Ripley. Me and my squad of ultimate badasses will protect you. State of the badass art. 14 days. We're not going to last 14 effing hours, man. God, I love you, Bill Rip.
He single-handedly saved season 1 of S.H.I.E.L.D. or Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Wait,
He was in season
S.H.I.E.L.D.?
1 of
yes.
Agents. I have to go watch Agents
Wait,
of S.H.I.E.L.D.
who
now.
was he?
He was an agent for S.H.I.E.L.D. with a twist of his character.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it for
Was
Casey.
he
I mean, I'm not going to remember. You can.
alien?
Oh, okay. Well, because season 1 happened exactly around the same time that Winter Soldier happened, and that's when Hydra reveals itself.
Literally haven't watched that movie.
The single best MCU movie.
Okay.
That doesn't exist.
Hold the phone. Single best MCU movie is Guardians 1 and 2.
I mean, I
Combined into one
100% agree with Steve.
No, I'm always going to be Team Winter Soldier. That
Yeah,
to me is
true.
the perfect MCU movie.
Just because it was
No
filmed
such thing
in
as a perfect
Cleveland.
MCU movie.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Casey understands that he will get backlash for that because it's just
Oh,
true.
speaking of that,
fight.
the backlash would be we have to watch all 4
yes.
hours of Justice League Snyder Cut
Yes.
Oh, 100%.
in one go.
100%.
I am down for actually just doing
In
a
one go. Well,
Yeah.
duh.
I'm down for
No
like a-
pausing, no
I am-
bathroom breaks.
I am
Buckle in.
absolutely down for a live recording. We'll get the spirit involved. We'll get the gremlin involved.
I mean, I have enough stuff that I can set up just microphones all around the
Exactly.
room. We can do it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it could just be us going, "Oh, that makes sense," and then the girls going, "What the fuck is happening?
I mean, Lara would get it.
Right. Becca would be like, no,
Gremlin's not going to know what the hell's going on.
she'd just be like, this is the stupidest thing ever. Be like, where's Captain America? I want to see America's ass. She finally got that joke now.
Oh boy.
So I tricked her into watching realistically.
Force tricked her.
Infinity War and Endgame back to back.
Oh.
Over 2 nights.
Added context, she has not seen all the movies. So
Yes.
she's missing chunks of information.
The only Marvel films she has seen all the way through are Guardians 1 and 2, which she absolutely loves. At least that's what I'm assuming based off her enthusiasm about them. Thor Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok is wicked.
Ant-Man 1 and half of 2. That's it.
Half of 2. Now that I think about it, I haven't seen 2.
I have all of them. If you, well, you also have Disney
And
Plus,
then
so.
she knows that Captain America was frozen in World War II.
Mm-hmm.
She knows that Bucky is Winter Soldier. Mm-hmm. She doesn't know anything about Civil War.
So yeah, Infinity War had been very confusing of why does Iron Man and Captain America hate each other?
Yep. She's like, why? Because Tony Stark's a dick. And I'm like, yeah, pretty much. But at the same time, no, because Team Stark all the way, baby.
Oh, I'm Team Cap.
I know.
F the government.
Go X-Men.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's the Spider-Man thing.
The perfect MCU movie is Fantastic Four.
That's
Man,
not in
Four
the
Stick?
MCU.
It's also a bad movie, Nick. Follow the freaking joke.
It's a joke.
Sorry, I dragged the moment.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
very,
yeah.
very
No,
much what you
so Beck got mad at me that I would call our potential future cat a D-hole. And then I told her that I call Chloe, our gecko, a D-hole all the time. And she just stared at me like I'm a monster. Like, you don't ever talk to her that way.
If only the viewers understood
Right?
how the gremlin works.
Yep.
After all of school, it's just really funny. It's like, yeah, I get it.
Yep.
Hi, bud.
Don't be a D-hole.
Oh, he is.
I know, right?
100%. I struggle through watching Big Love because of Bill.
Yeah.
There's no flow to this. It's hard to watch.
I don't think I've ever seen that movie.
It's a show.
It's a TV show.
Even better.
It was on HBO.
Even better.
It's about Mormons.
It is.
Even better.
The first 2 episodes, even as someone who is not religious, it's very difficult to watch.
Oddly better.
But then episode 3, it clicks and it's a fantastic show, and I cried.
Huh.
What are you doing?
Just like, what were the other 2 shows that were like that? Dead Like Me and 6 Feet Under.
Oh, I love Dead Like Me. Dead Like Me is why I was addicted to Post-it notes.
Who's in that one?
Mandy Patinkin.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
He was.
So you don't know who Mandy Patinkin? Princess Bride. Inigo Montoya.
Or as when I was younger.
Everyone over the age of 50 knows exactly who Mandy
And
is.
Yeah.
Mandy Patinkin.
inside joke, Coach from the show Coach.
Yes.
No.
Okay, so
He's not the guy that was in what was it, Criminal Minds? Not Mandy Patinkin.
no,
Wait.
it's not that.
No, it's
Mandy
not.
Patinkin's
No.
not in there. It's okay. The whole point of the show is there are these angels, for lack of a better term, that their whole purpose is they are there to take your soul out of your body before you die, so you don't suffer. Is the gimmick.
Okay.
But to other people, they look completely different. You look like you when you died, but
That
to
makes
other
sense.
people, you look different. But ghosts don't pay, so you also need job in some way, shape, or form. So,
Yeah,
like,
so-
one of them is a meter maid, and the main girl, gets a job at the temp agency that she used to work at when she was alive.
Mm-hmm.
But they always meet at the Waffle House, where Mandy Patinkin, who's in charge of this group of 4 of them, he gives you the Post-it note that says the location and the time that this person's going to die, and you have to go, and there we go. And then you watch their soul come out, and then you escort them to whatever their version of how they get to heaven is. I'm not lying here. Take one of the wildest guesses you possibly could how the main character dies. And I mean make it wild. and you're still not going to be right.
Make it crazy.
Fart attack.
You're not
Fart attack.
uber far off. She gets hit by a falling toilet seat from the International Space Station. What? A meteor hits it and it explodes, and the toilet seat comes in and it nails her.
Yep.
So she's colloquially known as Toilet Seat Girl.
Oh. I'm assuming she's utterly like crushed and obliterated.
I don't remember.
So what? We get like a slow-mo of the angel like running, touching her, like as you see the toilet in the background coming at her, crushing her. Yeah,
He doesn't run.
Okay.
He just walks past her casually.
Okay, and just like scoops her up,
And then
boom.
essentially his time was done, and then she takes over for him.
Okay.
Is the best way to put it. But she doesn't like that she's dead.
Wait.
It's a great show.
It's honestly really
It's
good.
so-
Did
super
the angel that saved her hop into her body, then get killed?
No, eventually you hit your quota,
Yeah.
but you don't know what it is, and that was his last one on his quota, and then he was finally able to go away.
Okay. Pearly gates finally opened up.
The main girl, who also is a meter maid, invented leg warmers.
Yeah.
Yes, she was a dancer, and she just cut the foot part off of a long sock and created leg warmers, which I'm pretty sure is the actual story about how leg warmers existed.
Most likely.
And then her roommate, who was also a dancer, who was jealous, chokes her to death with said leg warmers.
Huh.
It's great. It's a wonderful show.
What when was this? Like early 2000s?
Mid 2000s on HBO.
Okay.
I don't think it was on HBO.
Wasn't it?
I don't think so.
Oh no, I'm thinking of
6 Feet Under was on.
I
on
get those two
HBO.
confused because very similar names.
Mm-hmm.
No, Dead Like Me was, I believe, that might have been WB.
That feels right.
Possibly?
29 episodes. That doesn't seem like it's enough.
No, that was what, 3 seasons or 2?
Only 2 seasons.
Yeah,
And then there was a movie called Life After Death.
really?
Yeah. I have it downstairs. June Showtime,
That was it. Yep.
2003 to 2004.
So early 2000s then,
Okay.
Great show. Great show.
and then 6 Feet Under was the one about the funeral home.
Yes. I never got into that one a lot.
Same here. I think my parents watched it a little bit, and then I was just like, I don't care. I'm a teenager. Leave me alone. I'm going to go to my room.
What other weird
video games.
No, I gotta look at my Magic the Gathering demon cards.
Yeah.
I want the demon card back.
There was another show. There was a lot of shows like in mid to late 2000s that were really good that only had 2 seasons and just never came back again. There was another one this one was on the CW called Reaper.
Yes.
Did you ever watch Reaper?
No.
Reaper was awesome. The whole gimmick of the show was the main character in the end is the son of the devil.
Oh.
Because his parents couldn't have a kid, so that's what happened. And on his 21st birthday, the devil could talk to him again. So he's a Grim Reaper. But the gimmick with being the Grim Reaper, kind of like the touch the thing and make it go, he would get a random item and would have to take the evil thing, otherwise it would cause chaos, and if they were let to reign, bad things happen. And I remember the first episode is so good because he gets a dustbuster and he has to dustbust this demon, capture it, and then give it to his dad, who is also a well-known actor whose name I cannot think of. I know. Okay, if you watch How I Met Your Mother,
Yeah.
Robin's dad.
I mean, I've seen episodes, but I don't.
Robin's dad. He's another old Silver Age actor.
Yeah.
Great show. 2 seasons, dead,
Hmm.
which just sucks
Yeah.
because the show was so good. Then the guy who played Sock went on to make the really, really bad TV show on Fox. I think it was Fox. It also might have been the CW called Sons of Tucson.
Oh, gosh.
I vaguely remember that.
It was bad.
I was going to say, speaking of weird shows, did you ever watch Son of Zorn?
It sounds familiar. I don't
It's
think
it's the one where
It wasn't on Adult Swim,
Jason.
was it?
No, it was on Fox. Jason Sudeikis plays Zorn, who is basically
Oh,
He-Man.
yes.
That show, I think it only had 1 season. legit was
It won
decent.
13 episodes.
Yeah, was legitimately like weirdly good, but it's one where I wish that had at least 2 because it was so stupid it was good. Just
I mean, it was doomed from the start. It released on September 11th, 2016.
yeah. Usually you don't release on a
Yeah.
But yes, I do now I remember this.
Yeah.
I was like, I know it sounded familiar.
No, I remember watching that going like, this is actually entertaining, stupid, but worth tuning in. You guys are the first. You are the first person I've talked to that has actually seen an episode of
I
it.
have seen it. The moment I looked was, it's a He-Man one.
Yeah, where the kid, the Zorn's son is half cartoon, his legs, so he always wears pants.
Because they don't want to pay for the animation.
Sure, that's actually probably what it was.
Yeah.
Man, so good.
But it's such a dumb show.
The series takes place in an alternate world where traditional animated characters coexist with real-life humans. Zorn is a barbarian warrior from the fictional island of Zenfria, who moves to Orange County, California to reconnect with his ex-wife and teenage son, Algoton, Alan for short.
Nick looks
Within
so
the show,
defeated
Zorn...
right now.
What? Within the show, Zorn and things native to Zephyria are animated, following the style of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, while the rest of the world is live action.
Right on.
Yep.
No, part of the reason why I was doing that look is because my mind's trying to remember what the cartoon is where it had a whole bunch of old cartoon icons together. There's like a Betty Bop impersonator.
Oh, gross! Drawn together.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's the worst thing
I
ever.
forgot about Drawn Together. The one where it's the fake reality show.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I think that was short-lived, and then also Clone High was short-lived.
Clone High was.
I don't know
fine.
what Clone High is.
There's. I can
A lot-
confirm
there's-
on YouTube. You could watch the entire series. In one
Will
sitting.
Forte.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say there's a lot of big names now that were working on this project. Like I don't know, 03.
Wasn't that Who was
As
it?
of 2020, the series is available to stream on CBS All Access. Also, 1 season, 13 episodes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, one of
I wanna
there's some
say-
big name directors that are
I feel like
involved with it.
I feel like Drawn Together actually had a couple. Ted
Maybe it was.
Collier, Harold Harris. Those are your directors. For the record, I think Drawn Together had like 5 seasons.
Yeah, it did.
it 5?
And it had a movie.
Ugh.
Yeah.
There's the guys that did. I think it's the guys that did 3 seasons. I'm sorry.
Wait for Drawn Together. Yeah. Okay, that's better than 5.
Clone High has John Kennedy,
Yeah.
and he talks like this.
And he's a jock. And he's an asshole, like in real life.
He dates Cleopatra,
Yeah.
and he hates Gandhi.
And Abraham Lincoln's a total nerd. Or a dweeb. Dweeb's probably more accurate.
So there's a new show I haven't watched yet
Phil Lord and Chris Miller. Were the
That's
creators.
it.
Yeah.
called The Great North.
That's by
It's
the
on
people who
Hulu.
did,
I think it's not the Bob's Burger. It
Yeah,
looks
it's
like
Bob's
the Bob's
Burgers
Burgers
people.
people, but I'm looking to try to confirm that.
but they also did that Central Park show.
Nick Offerman, Will Forte, Alanis Morissette.
Alanis.
Ooh.
Is this live action or animation?
And it's animation.
Okay.
I wanted to watch Central Park, but it's on Apple, so no, I won't touch it. Mainly because I'm not
Fair
not
enough.
subscribing to that service for the one show I want. Because
Right.
the other show that I wanted is apparently didn't do good.
Are you talking about the one with the guy from Always Sunny in
Yeah,
Philadelphia?
Galaxy
with
Quest or
his- Galaxy Quest.
The rape. Oh yeah.
the one where it's the MMO company.
Yeah.
I was like, this could have been great, and apparently it wasn't. So
Yeah.
I don't care anymore.
especially when you have him and Danny Pudi together, where it's like
Right.
actually people who understand nerd culture and
Right, it's something that
Respect.
should have been good, but just the pure fact that that was their premiere,
Yeah.
like their reason for you to get Apple TV. It's like, it's gonna.
Speaking of Danny Pudi,
introduce.
I'm gonna stop saying "speaking of." That's Nick's line. There was. I just saw on Steam.
Yeah.
I think it was free. I think it's called 6 Seasons in a Game, which is in reference. It is
Yeah.
it's
community
a it's a paintball game, but it's all set in the library and
That's
the school.
amazing.
That's
I
awesome.
think it's called 6 Seasons in a Game.
I hope it is because I'm gonna get that and cherish it.
Hopefully you can be the Iron Man pillow suit.
Yes, 6, and it's free.
Oh shit!
6 seasons in a game. Completely free, volunteer-made, multiplayer, satirical parody of the common thematic elements found in American broadcast television series. Yes, that's actually a word.
Oh, speaking of...
Did
they recreate Greendale?
Their tagline is "Eat your heart out, Splatoon." Oh yeah, they made Greendale.
I'm watching this trailer on Casey's computer, and my heart.
It's pretty good. I also like that the anus is pink, but it's a paintball splat instead of a bubble.
Anus, baby.
Oh my god!
For those listening at home, Community is probably my favorite TV show of
all time.
Yeah, pop.
What?
Starburns.
Probably the D&D episode is the best.
Which one?
Oh, I forgot that.
The first one.
The one where
with
Chevy Chase still being involved.
With what is the dark elf?
Yeah.
Ken Jeong when he shows up full paint.
Full black paint.
I need to rewatch that series.
He gets killed immediately, and to put the mic away. No!
My God.
Oh, such an underrated part of that entire series.
Yeah, that whole show is great.
Beck and I watched the entire thing in quarantine.
Yeah.
It was great.
I watched WandaVision, or the 2 episodes so far.
How is it?
I enjoyed it, but there's 2 different levels of enjoying it.
Nick and I have had this conversation
because
times.
Online people hate it. I enjoyed it. So the first 2 episodes play exactly like a show from the 50s. It even has 4:3 ratio.
So technically,
it's cheesy.
Episode 1 is 1950s sitcom, so I Love Lucy. Episode 2 is early 1960s Bewitched or I Dream of Jeannie style.
To the point where the intro is heavily Bewitched.
Yeah. I love it.
But it's just it's fun. It's a weird imitation and parody at the same time, where it doesn't feel 100% authentic of them trying to replicate what was in the 50s, but they do a good job of.
They actually had a live studio audience.
Really?
Yeah. So I was watching this. There's a 2-minute trailer that's behind the scenes of the first 2 episodes. For most of the scenes that were filmed in the house are in front of a live studio audience that they actually they show the audience. So it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen because they didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
But it also explains the weird camera shifts that happen where you have your traditional multi-camera format followed by a single camera close-up on clearly the same set, so it makes it look weird as hell.
Yes.
But you watch it and it's oh, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Good on you, Marvel. Good on you. To quote Beck after we got through the first episode of, so is Marvel just doing sitcoms now? And if they're
I love her commentary.
And if they're doing sitcoms, why this style? Nobody likes laugh tracks. So that involved me explaining to her the history of the character of Scarlet Witch and Vision, but also explaining to her that in the Marvel films, they haven't yet reached those powers or that type of thing yet.
Yeah.
This is going to sound mean, and I don't mean it to.
Say it.
At all. You 2 are the definition of love is blind.
Yes.
You 2 are so great together, but the sometimes are just so freaking opposite. It's not even funny, and I love it.
Oh, yeah. She'll watch, she was watching Gossip Girl a couple weeks ago.
Rory.
And all I'm sitting there going...
Gilmore Girls, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Don't say yeah, you weirdo.
I know Gilmore Girls.
I wanted that. I'm soundbiting that for sure.
Note the time.
Mark it 5910.
Yep. Anyways, so she's watching Gossip Girl, and I don't even know anything really going on in the show. It's all a bunch of gossip, and there's a bunch of girls in it. I'm not really sure.
You hit the nail on the head with that one.
But there's this one guy in it that acts really effeminate, and...
You're not watching Will and Grace.
Not Will and Grace. I know that for sure.
Or that weird spinoff or revival.
Yeah, no.
Still Will and Grace.
But anyway, so this guy acts effeminate, but he's also
We should stop laughing.
Right? Exactly. So I'm sitting there at one point when he's talking. I'm like, and if you don't do what I say, I'm going to have my dad sue you. And she just looks at me and goes, will you just shut up and watch the damn show? And I'm like, okay,
Amen.
yes. And she's like, I don't talk over the shows you like to watch. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you've watched this show repeatedly. I'm sorry. Also, you're on your computer while we're watching this. You're not actually watching.
That's my thing. The ghost doesn't care. I go, you're on your phone. Why does it matter what I say?
Exactly.
So
I'm just trying to
so
entertain
aggravating.
myself. This guy's a dickhead, and they can easily solve their problem.
This is why
Call him out.
This is why I no longer have to have my every other yearly pilgrimage to watch Harry Potter, because I said enough things that I don't have to do it anymore.
Nice.
The rule was, or the deal was, I'd watch it every other year. I don't have to anymore.
Speaking of Harry Potter, I saw this great meme. It's
That's his line.
okay.
You can't say
Nick,
speaking of
say it.
anymore.
Speaking of,
Go.
Harry Potter. Saw this great meme. It's Snape as he's dying, but it's Harry. Let me look at you one last time, or something like that. And it shows Harry just like sad and looking at Snape, and then Snape goes, "You're the only fucking student I've seen with glasses in this entire damn school."
Oh my god! Oh no!
He's the only one.
No, you can't do this!
Pardon the language there, censors, but it had to be said. I was quoting the meme. It was Alan Rickman's last wishes to be known. Harry is the only one with glasses.
That's not accurate.
I know. It's not.
Wait, there's... He is the only student.
He's the only student.
He's the only student.
Dumbledore
that is
wears
wrong.
glasses in the
I
first
didn't even think
the
about
first
that.
two
I thought
movies.
about the creepy ball lady.
Creepy ball lady.
Yeah. The fortune-telling chick.
There's a fortune teller in it?
yeah,
Okay,
She
can't
was
be
in
the only
year
one who
3.
knows this.
she was in.
Remember,
year-
Hermione gets all pissed.
Was she year 3?
Which
Was she
year?
year 2?
Every movie Hermione gets pissed. It's the same formula.
Okay, it's the one. Okay, here's what I remember.
Is there a werewolf?
Steve, don't. I'm not going to answer this
Was
question.
time
for you.
travel involved for one movie and never again?
The ghost. It was the one where they have to go up the whole tower all the way, and they all
Yeah.
have the little crystal. Just shut up! They have the whole crystal ball in front of them,
I think
and the
that
little
was 2.
and the little teacup thing, and then like she touches Harry's hands, and then she's like, she's like, "I'm sorry, bud. How are you?" That's all I remember.
Was there a giant snake?
Are you sure you weren't thinking of another movie? Because
Yes.
I don't remember any of that.
You're wrong.
I'm glad to be wrong.
Fire rises, Harry.
I'm gonna keep yelling. She'll show up eventually.
We
Speaking
summon
of-
the spirit.
I would say WandaVision is definitely a watch.
Yeah, watch WandaVision. It's
that was
really
what we
good.
were
is
talking about,
a
wasn't it?
super slow burn in the sense of they
There's
don't
a
really give you
beekeeper in it.
that comes out of the sewer. They really don't give you much in information of how the overarching story is.
No, not at
So
all.
that's one reason why people are like, "Oh, this is stupid," because like they're expecting like
the one hint, like the one major hint that they have leveled out through both episodes is, if anybody remembers from the end of Far From Home, when you find out that Nick Fury was on vacation on a satellite that is called Sword. That's the bit. Oh yeah, she does have glasses. She's not a student though.
That's what I said.
is she year 2? I think she was in year 2.
That's Emma Thompson.
What?
No, that's Sybil Trail.
Okay. Yes, the character's name is Trelawney. Hey, Nick,
What?
wasn't that your? Didn't I give you that stupid last name?
Oh,
as a,
Trelawney.
as
Yeah,
a pseudo last name.
yeah. Trelawney.
Like,
Speaking of, good night, everyone.
and on that note, we should probably thank everyone, Nick.
Yeah, you literally have 2 jobs. Intro.
Oh, I do them horribly.
Outro. I know.
I don't know why I'm still here.
That's why it's because you're the host.
You're the hostess with the mostest.
So are we gonna wait for the spirit to
No,
No.
she's apparently not coming up.
Okay.
She didn't hear any of that.
Okay. But yes, WandaVision is very tiny with the details of the overarching story, and people
So
are mad
far,
about that. Yeah.
B. Keepers are in it. Got him. No, I'd give it a B. Mainly because I love old 50s and 60s sitcoms.
Yeah, like they did a good job. It was very fun, and then it's great to actually see characters have like time to breathe and just be characters.
I was ready for you to say time to breed, and I was like,
Well, she does get pregnant
too soon.
with a android.
With magic.
Yeah, Vision's an android.
Yeah, I got. That's why I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure out.
Yeah.
But
how-
she doesn't necessarily. No, Nick, no. Put your hands down, you disgusting prevert.
It's a really easy joke. I'm not gonna take.
And on that note,
Thanks, Echo Strike, for the use of our theme song "Clear Pass" off of the album "Clear Strike."
clear strike.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Let the feeling go, it's all universal principles. It's time to lose control and get a little emotional. It's ending now, but hold on.